Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jamal. Hope you guys are all doing well. Now, before I get into this video, I want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Aaron, Smoothie King 17 here on YouTube. He challenged me to a Vlogmas challenge. And if you guys don't know what Vlogmas is, it's where YouTubers daily upload in the month of December to kind of celebrate the holidays, and because ad revenue tends to be a bit better in the month of December. Now, obviously, I can't daily upload because it's just not feasible for me, but the challenge is to upload a video a week or 4 videos for the month of December. So be sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on any future videos, because I am participating in this challenge. So this will be the second video for the month of December, so we got 2 more coming. So now, if you guys watched my vehicle financing video, I kind of really enjoyed this format of video where I kind of just talk about a subject while I go for a drive. So obviously today we're out for a drive in my 2003 Corvette Z06, and coincidentally the subject of today's video is kind of related to this car. Now, obviously the subject of this video is going to be a bit controversial, and there are going to be some hot takes in it, so I feel like I need to preface this video. I'm not out to trigger anybody, I'm not out to offend anybody, but this video is just going to be a healthy debate on the topic, and it's meant to kind of cause some discussion, cause some conversation in the comment section below, and I actually will be in the comment section below after this video, so if you guys want, let's talk about it there. But anyways, the subject of this video is going to be the C5 Z06 versus C6 Corvette debate, right? So if you're familiar with the Corvette market right now in 2020, say you've got $20,000 to $25,000 to spend on a Corvette, right? And so in that price range, you're probably looking at a C6 Corvette, like a base C6 Corvette. If you want something that's not too high miles and you want to sort a nice sorted car. And also what falls in that price range is going to be super clean C5 Corvette Z06s. So for $20,000 to $25,000, you can get either a C5 Z06 that's going to be super low miles, super clean. I think I saw a few out there that were like 17 to 30,000 miles for anywhere in that $20,000 to $25,000 price range. And then C6 Corvette wise, you're going to have a base C6 Corvette, and most of those are going to be kind of mid to higher mileage. I'd say for like a 2008 and above, you're going to have Corvettes in the kind of 49 to 70,000 mile range for a clean title car. And so we're going to go ahead today and discuss that subject matter. You know, which car should you buy? Now, obviously, I'm Team C5, right? Because I own a C5 Corvette Z06. And maybe I might try to sway you guys into buying a C5 Z06 rather than buying a C6 Corvette. So automatically, right off the bat, you know, there's no hiding the fact that the C6 Corvette is a newer Corvette than the C5 Z06. You know, this chassis actually came out in 1997, so obviously it's going to be a lot older than the C6 chassis is, right? That started in 2005. But there are some unique things about a C5 Z06 specifically, and C5 Corvettes, so you could say in general, that make this car kind of an interesting option for those people that want to spend $20,000 to $25,000. Now, when it comes to the base C6 Corvette, you're going to have 2 kind of main variants. You have the 05 through the 07, which was an LS2 car with a T56 transmission for the manual transmission, and then manual-wise for the 08 and up, you're going to have a LS3 engine, a 6.2 liter with the TR6060 transmission. I'm going to go ahead and rule out the 05-07 LS2 Corvette, just because to me there's nothing really that special about that car. It was those are the early years of the C6 platform, so you know they've got all the issues of like a first generation car will have. I mean, the LS2 engine is great. You know, I've had buddies that made big power on an LS2 nitrous cammed car that did really well, but just to me that T56 isn't that much different from the transmission in this car, and the LS2 made like 400 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque, and this LS6 in this car makes 405 horsepower and 400 foot-pounds of torque, right? So to me, there's not that big of a difference there to kind of warrant getting a LS2 Corvette over a C5 Z06. What we will be focusing on is the 08 and above base C6 Corvette versus the C5 Z06. Now, obviously, the C5 Z06 isn't offered in an automatic transmission, so we're going to be comparing manual to manual with the 08 Corvette. Now, as previously mentioned, you've got an LS3 6.2 liter with a TR6060, great for big power, and honestly, that car is just a more refined car, right? But this car has the kind of visceral, more raw, rough around the edges kind of feel to it. You know, this car is not perfect by any means, right? It's a car that was, like I said, that kind of came out in 1997. So the interior is like this weird plastic that's really creaky, and it's got like shiny plastic and matte plastic everywhere, and you know, the buttons aren't the most modern, and the steering wheel I feel like is a little bit on the bigger side. But all in all, this car to me is just more special than a base Corvette or a base C6 Corvette. This is the Z06. This was kind of the first time that GM kind of reintroduced this Z06 since that 1963 C2 Corvette. So this is when the Z06 wasn't that much crazier than the base model, right? So this has the LS6 engine, which is kind of a more refined LS1 engine. And then, you know, it's got better suspension. It's lighter than the base car, and it's got some things that are a little bit more track focused, you could say, than the base car. Now, this car is actually lighter than the C6 Corvette, despite the C6 Corvette being newer. This car weighs roughly 3,100 pounds, and the C6 Corvette weighed just a bit more, and actually was just a bit narrower than the C5 Z06. So for $20,000 to $25,000, you're going to get a super clean C5 Z06, and to me, it's more of a driver's car than the C6 is. It's, you know, it's got that rough around the edges. It's really going to help you develop as a driver, and especially as someone that's just getting into Corvettes. I'm going to go ahead and say that, you know, this body style is one of my favorite body styles that they've ever made in a Corvette. That the fixed roof coupe variant of the Corvette, you know, and many people say that it's kind of the best body style ever made. You know, is it my favorite? No, my favorite Corvette body style is the C6 wide body style. So it's going to be like your C6 Z06, your C6 Grand Sport, or your C6 ZR1. That is to this day in 2020, that is my favorite Corvette body style. But obviously this one, the fixed roof coupe, coming in second. So all in all, I think that if you're looking for a daily driver, you want a nice, reliable car that's fun, that makes good power, and that will support big power in a straight line, I think that C6 Corvette with the LS3 option is definitely the way to go. Just because the LS3 is great for boost, the TR6060 can handle a lot of power, the transmission that's in that car. But if you want something that's a little bit more raw, something that's a little bit more visceral, you know, rough around the edges, looks great, sounds great, look no further than the C5 Corvette Z06, man. To me, in the future, this car also has maybe a little bit of an appreciation factor to it. I don't think they've really started appreciating yet, but obviously the C5 Z06 was an iconic car for GM, and I think out of those two, a base C6 Corvette or a C5 Z06, I think the C5 Z06 is more poised to kind of appreciate in the future. So there's also that to take into consideration. You know, other than that, these cars are actually pretty similar. Corvettes are simple. All Corvettes are simple. The interior is not the craziest of any vehicle, right? You've got your radio, you've got your transmission, you've got your e-brake, you got your steering wheel, and you got your gauges. There's really not much to it. You know, GM doesn't pack a whole bunch of technology into these cars, but it's the platform that you get. It's rear-wheel drive. It makes 400 horsepower. It's got a manual transmission. It's got good weight balance. It's low to the ground. It handles really well. Those are the things that Corvette drivers want, and those are the things that you're going to get with this car. So if you can look past the interior, to me, the C5 Z06 is a much more special car than the base C6 Corvette. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, and when I went to go purchase this car, I was actually thinking about getting a C6 Corvette. But to me, the Z06 factor, the C5 factor, and even those pop-up headlights that have grown on me were the reason that I got the C5 Corvette Z06. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let's continue the discussion below. Let's continue that debate down below. Leave a comment on what you think is better, or what you chose personally, or what led you to make that decision. But anyway, it's been your boy Jamal. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.